In this video we're going to look at the formation of the Second Triumvirate between Octavian, Antony and Lepidus. Your key questions for this topic are 1. What was the Second Triumvirate? 2. What powers did it have? 3. What were the prescriptions? And 4. What happened in 42 BC and what did this mean for Octavian? After becoming consul, Octavian met with Antony and Lepidus, one of Caesar's former deputies, who had now acquired 20 legions between them. As a result of their meeting at Bononia, Antony, Octavian and Lepidus formed the Second Triumvirate on the 27th of November, 43 BC. Their official title in Latin was Triumviri Rei Publicae Constituendi Consulare Potestate, which means triumvirs with consular power for the restoration of the Republic. This is basically making them dictators without the name. The Second Triumvirate was a formal, recognised political alliance between these three men, which gave them ultimate power over all of Rome for 5 years. So as I said before, this makes them effectively dictators together without the name, because remember, after Caesar's assassination, Antony outlawed that position. So they were able to make laws, they were able to nominate magistrates within Rome and governors in the provinces, and another important thing that they could do was make prescriptions. You may remember prescriptions when we talked about Sulla's dictatorship. This was basically a list of enemies of the state, which was put up in the forum on the rostra or the speaker's platform, and a reward would be offered for them dead or alive. So if you were on this list, you could be legally killed, your property would be confiscated, and your family would also lose their citizenship. And so officially they are enemies of the state, but the triumvirs also did this in order to gain a lot of money as well. So some of them were their political enemies, so personal enemies rather than enemies of the state. Many of them were also rich. They needed the money, as we'll see in the primary sources, and sometimes people who were accidentally killed in all this violence would have their names added to the list, so that it was seen as legal action afterwards. So as a result of the prescriptions, about 2,000 equestrians and 300 senators were killed, and the most famous victim of these prescriptions is the orator Cicero. On the 1st of January 42 BC, Julius Caesar was officially made a god. So you remember a comet was seen after his death, which was meant to be his soul ascending to the heavens. So a temple was built and a state cult created to the divine Julius. Because of this, Octavian becomes known as Divi Filius, which means son of a god, and this increases his auctoritas or influence. As well as this, the triumvirs divided up the western part of the empire amongst themselves. The conspirators had the east. So Antony had Gallia Comata, Lepidus had Gallia Narbonensis, which you can see is sort of the southeastern coast of France there, and Spain, and Octavian had the islands of Sicily and Sardinia, as well as northern Africa. And to seal the arrangement, Octavian also married Antony's stepdaughter Claudia.